Hey, hi everyone. Ready to go live. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is real estate coach Craig Proctor, and today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to change your mindset. We're going to talk about how to change the way you think about things. This is real estate coach Craig Proctor. Welcome to our session here today. As many of you know, I was fortunate enough to be able to go from dead broke as a rookie real estate agent to the number one RE/MAX agent in the world in 36 months. Yep, just 3 years. I want to talk about how I did that and how I had to take I had to have a major change in my mindset to go from being broke and not successful to being very successful. In fact, one of the top real estate agents in the world. Let me give you a little bit of background. I had only got into real estate because my father was a real estate agent. I dropped out of college. I dropped out of university. I was one of these young guys. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. So many of you maybe can relate to that. So my dad was in real estate. I thought, well, I'll give that a try. My father discouraged me from doing it, but I did like most young guys, did the opposite of what Dad told me to do, and I got into real estate anyway. Now, it was very difficult in the beginning because I made the same mistake that most of you make, which is looking around at what all the other agents are doing and copying it, actually believing that it was the thing to do. So that's our topic here today, is our tendency is to look around at how it's done, okay, to look at the other agents, to look at the industry norms and to think, oh, okay, here's how to do this. I got to tell you from my personal experience, all the success I've had in real estate is from doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing. We're going to talk about how that happened today. But yeah, in the beginning, I did what my broker told me to do. I did what my father told me to do, knocking on doors, cold calling, sitting in open houses, chasing for sale by owners and expireds. And I started to study successful people, and I realized that what you think about controls the results that you get. Okay, what you think about, right, how you think about things controls what you do, and what you do controls the results that you get. Now, this might seem a little bit esoteric for you because it did for me as well. You know, what's all this mind stuff? But I've got to say, when I figured this out, when I figured how to get the mindset right, and I realized that I had this routine that was getting me bad results. Now, I want you to think about this. You know, if you're married, you probably noticed your spouse has maybe a morning routine. And if you disturb their morning routine, they don't like that, right? Well, you also have a morning routine. In fact, you've got a business or work routine. And that routine, that business or work routine that you have is responsible for the results that you're getting. And you're saying, well, I don't like these results. Well, then we have to change the routine. But understand, to change the routine, first of all, you got to change the paradigm. You got to change the way you think about things. So what are paradigms? Paradigms are other people's habits. That's right. We're letting other people's habits dictate how we think about things, which dictates really what we do, and what we do dictates the results that we get. So just like people have paradigms, entire industries have paradigms. So the real estate industry the entire industry is operating in an old paradigm. So that's what I recognized as a young guy. Now remember, I'm in my 20s. First year again was a disaster. Second year, boom, 155 homes. The next year I was named number one for RE/MAX in the world. Then I started doing 400, 500 transactions. I mean, nobody was doing that kind of business back then. So this all comes down to pushing back on industry norms. Okay, taking a look around it. Oh, here's how we do it here, and not doing it that way. Finding a better way to do this. So, do you have a better way to generate leads? You know, most of you, a lot of you, your lead generation isn't really like doing it for you, but you just kind of accept it. Maybe you look around and you say, well, I'm just doing what everyone else is doing, right? I'm door knocking, I'm cold calling, I'm sitting in open houses, I'm buying leads from Zillow or Realtor because that's what everybody else does. That's like the way we do it here. Hey, if you want to be really successful, you got to push back on these industry norms. You got to think about, what do I really want instead of how is everyone else doing it? Everyone else is doing open houses. Everyone has a certain procedure, a certain way of going about things. And then at the end of the year, they say, I don't like my results. Well, if you don't like the results, you got to change what you're doing. But here's the thing. We don't like change, right? We don't like change. Change is uncomfortable. So we kind of just stick with the tried and true. No. If you want to change the results, if you want to do better this year, you can't keep doing what you're doing, which means if we back up the bus, you can't keep thinking the same way. Okay, we've got to change the paradigm. Let me repeat this again for those of you who are joining me late. Today I'm talking about, this is real estate coach Craig Proctor, and what I'm talking about is this journey I took from year one, being as dumb as a pile of rocks, never sold anything in my life, have no marketing skills, no confidence, and within 3 years, I'm the number one RE/MAX agent in the world, and I stayed one of the top RE/MAX agents in the world for many years. How did I do that? I'm talking about this major mind shift. When you change the way you think, when you change the paradigm, you'll start changing what you believe is possible. You start changing what you do, and when you change what you do, believe me, you'll start to change the results you've got. I have coached over 30,000 agents over the last 20 years. And here's the thing that amazes me. Not just that their production goes way up, but the people they turn into. They're like completely different people along this journey. They make this change. They're more confident. They're thinking bigger. Everything, the relationships are better. Everything changes for them. Now, this can happen for all of you because I believe we're all born rich. You know, you might be short of a little bit of cash, but I believe we're all born rich. We all have infinite potential. We have all these talents and abilities within us. What you need is just a clear pathway to get your head on right, someone to show you how to do the things that are already being done by thousands of other agents. You know, that's the thing, is you don't really even have to have a creative bone in your body. All you have to do is copy what I did and copy what thousands of other agents did. Now, if you don't believe me on this, if you don't buy in on this paradigm stuff, let me ask you a couple questions. Why do you eat the food that you eat? Okay, why do we even eat the food to eat? Well, is it your mother, your father? No, we'd have to go way back in your family tree just to understand why you even eat the food that you eat, right? You go to a different country and they say, oh, would you like to try this? You go, no, I don't like that. Well, have you ever had it before? No, I just know I don't like it. How about this? Anybody into barbecuing? You buy a package of hot dogs, right? There's 10 hot dogs in the package. But then you go to buy the hot dog buns, and there's only 8 buns. Why the hell are they selling 10 hot dogs, but only 8 buns? You want to know why that is? Hundreds of years ago, way back in England, they sold meat by the pound. Okay, one hot dog is about 1.6 ounces. 10 of them equals a pound. But the ovens back then weren't big enough for 10 buns. So millions of people for hundreds of years have been buying an odd number of hot dogs and buns. Folks, this is how paradigms work. You got into real estate. You looked around at how all the other people are doing it, and you said, oh, that's the way to do it. Same mistake I made. But I became a slave to this thing, doing it the old way. My mindset at that point, after year one, because I hated it, was I'd rather lose it all. I'd rather give it all up than continue working 7 days a week for not enough money. So I started to study other industries outside of real estate. And I realized, holy cow, these other industries outside of real estate, they don't operate like this. There are gazillions of industries outside of real estate that generate leads and sell products and services, and cold calling doesn't exist. Door knocking doesn't exist. Open housing doesn't exist. I started to use smart, modern marketing. I implemented my business. Boom, you guys know the rest of the story. From failure to the top RE/MAX agent in the world within a couple of years. It's an amazing story, but I kept doing it. It worked so well, I've been able to help 30,000 other agents. The first thing I would do, working with you, help you get your head on straight. I would ask you, what's your goal? What is it that you really want? Because we can reprogram this paradigm. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about the mind. If we focus on what your goal is, and we program your mind with better ideas, better ways of thinking, you start doing things that you're not doing, I promise you, you will start to get results that you're not getting. and you will break free. I had a breakout, folks. I had a breakout. It changed my life. And your business is important, right? Your business it affects where you live, where your kids go to school, where you go on vacation, how many vacations you go on. This is really, really important stuff. But don't underestimate the head part of this, the mindset part of it. It is so massively huge. All of a sudden, I start to leverage myself with marketing. I start to leverage myself with the latest and greatest technology. I start to leverage myself with people. I was the first real estate agent that I know of that started to hire other licensed agents when I was never a broker. I've never been a broker. Why do I want to be a broker? Brokers get broker and broker. I wanted to make money. Here I am at the RE/MAX office making way more money than the broker because I had the entire second story of that two-story RE/MAX agent full of my team. Folks, this is going back over 20 years ago, okay? What I was doing back then was so cutting edge. It's still cutting edge today. Some of my students, like Sarah Reynolds, is the #1 KW agent in the entire world. Last year, she made $14 million in GCI, over $1 million a month. When she came to me 10 years ago, when I started coaching Sarah Reynolds 10 years ago, she was making $300,000 a year, up to $14 million. I promise you, you talk to her, she's a different person today. She thinks different thoughts. And because she's changed her paradigm, everything else has changed. How she does things, how she thinks about things, and of course, the results that she gets. Now, if you like my stuff, because I've got a lot to share with you here today, if you like my stuff, make sure that you smash the like button. Give me a like. If this stuff makes sense to you, smash the like button. That'll help me. Because you'll start to get my information. I'll also help you as well. Also importantly, turn on notifications. If you turn on notifications, every time I go live with great content, you're automatically going to get it. And if you think what I'm talking about here today would help other real estate agents that you know, just type their name into the comments, right? Type their name into the comments, or you can share this Facebook Live with any other realtor you know. Let's all get better. Let's work together and share and all become more successful. So today, what I'm talking about is your paradigm. Okay, many of us are operating with an old paradigm. Let me repeat this again. What you think, right? Your paradigm controls what you think. The paradigm's almost like a self-imposed prison that we live in, right? It's the way we're raised. Like, think about this. What forms this paradigm? How you were raised, by your parents, how you're raised by your parents, your first day at school, all the way through school, your first date, your first job, all the jobs you've had, all the crap that you learned since you've been a real estate agent. When you started and they said, well, do this, do that, and you looked around at everyone else is doing, that forms the paradigm. It's a self-imposed trap. Okay, it's a prison that we live in. I don't want to live in a prison. You don't want to live in a prison. So we must learn to break free. You can control the paradigm, okay, by studying other people, by hanging around with people that are doing more than you. One of the biggest benefits of hanging around the Craig Proctor Network is the other big thinkers that you're going to meet. In fact, right now, why don't you type into comments the area that you're located in? Okay, for a couple reasons. Type in the city, the area that you're located in for two reasons. Number one, let's start networking with each other. Let's get big thinkers exchanging ideas in this forum. And also, let's send referrals back and forth. Almost every week when I do these, Craig Proctor members, those of you that are not members yet that might want to be a Craig Proctor member, if you are a Craig Proctor member, let me know in the comments. Let me know, hey, I'm a Craig Proctor member. This is how things have changed for me. But if you're not a member yet, that's cool. Hang out with us. Start talking to people that you're not talking to now. Start thinking thoughts that you're not thinking right now. And start doing things that you're not doing. See how that works? The paradigm controls what you think about. What you think about controls what you do. What you do controls the results that you get. Is this making sense to everybody? So let me know what city. Please do that right now. Into the comments now. Let me know the major city that you're in. And let's get some referrals. Let's get some business. Let's get some networking going back and forth. Now, I also have a private Facebook group that if you're not already on my private Facebook group, if you go to richagentsecrets.com, that's what we all want. We want to live in abundance. I believe we all have these natural abilities and talents. We can all be rich. You're all born rich. Everyone can do this. When we're done here, go to richagentsecrets.com. I'll post it down below later, and join my private Facebook group, and then you'll be introduced to some really, really cool stuff. Now, I mentor agents, and I work with agents in groups, and I also work with agents individually, one-on-one. What I'd like to offer you is a breakthrough call, a free, no obligation breakthrough call with me and my team. And here's how this would work. I'll show you how to go there in a minute, but we would ask you a series of questions. First of all, we'd ask you, like, where are you right now? And where is it that you really want to go? What's your goal? Where do you want to go to? And why is that goal important to you? Okay, pretty simple, right? Where are you now? And what is your big goal? Where do you want to go to? Well, what's holding you back? What are your obstacles from going where you are to where it is that you want to go? And we'll give you our advice on how to get around those obstacles, okay? How to solve the business problems that you have so you can actually go from where you are right now to where it is that you want to go. We'll show you the best ways to do it. Now, this is no obligation at all. If you would like my help and you'd like to hire us after the breakthrough call, if we impress you and you're like, wow, this totally makes sense, you can absolutely do that. But I promise you this, everyone that books this 1 hour session will get great information. Just the questions we ask you will help you to really think about your business and come up with better strategies to help you do the thing that you want to do and live the life that you want to live. Now, if someone could do me a favor and type in proctorcall.com, that's my name, proctorcall.com. That's a clickable link. When you go to proctorcall.com, you'll go to my Acuity Day Timer. We'll have an intake form. We'll ask you a bunch of questions. So that way, at least we're actually digging in and asking you a few questions, right? Because we want to have a meaningful conversation. This isn't a sales pitch. This is about actually proving to you that we actually can help you. By how? Actually helping you, right? Oldest strategy in the book. Let me just help you pay it forward. Go to proctorcall.com. We'll ask you a bunch of questions, show you how this could work for you. If it makes total sense, we can have a conversation about where to take it from there. But you should all do that. It's called a breakthrough call at proctorcall.com. So today, if you joined us a little bit late, we're talking about how to get your head on right. We're talking about how what you think about is either going to take you in one direction or the other direction, right? What direction you want to go in, that's the most important thing. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, I guess, right? So where do you want to go, and why is that really, really important to you? I was doing a consultation with a lady in Texas, and she said, Craig, I'm at 20 transactions, and I want to go to 50. And I said, well, why 50? Why not 60 or 70? Like, what's significant about 50? Well, I just like to do 50. Yeah, but why? Why is 50 important? So we dig through this a little deeper, and she says, well, at 50 transactions, my husband's in the military. He could retire from the military, come and work with me in my real estate business, and we could travel around and see our kids. You see, that was her why. Now we look at, okay, you're doing 20 transactions. You want to do 50. So what's stopping you from doing it? That's the crazy thing about paradigms, right? Think about a paradigm. We do things that we don't like. It gets us results that we don't want, but we keep doing it that way anyway, even though we know better. Let me repeat that again, just so everybody gets this. Crazy thing about paradigms is we do things that we don't even like. We're doing things we don't like. It's not getting us results we want. It's getting us bad results. We know how to do better, but we're not doing it. That's what we help you smash through. How many of you already know how to do better right now? Let's be honest, right? There's a big difference between what we know and what we do. But honest to God, how many of you already know how to do better than what you're doing? You don't need to learn more stuff. You don't need to learn more ideas. I've got to help you get the head straight, give you a clear path to success so you can actually implement the stuff you already know before we layer on other things. Folks, I wanted to do this session with you because this was really important. I want you to think about it. It's a true story. I dropped out of college. I dropped out of university. I got into real estate for no other reason than my father was a real estate agent, and I failed. I was failing. I almost made the decision to leave real estate. But you want to know what my problem is? You want to know why I didn't leave real estate? I had nowhere else to go. All I had was a high school diploma. So I was forced to figure out real estate. How did I figure it out? Not inside the industry. No. I started studying businesses outside of real estate. I brought those great ideas into the real estate industry. Nobody had teams. I was the first one to have teams. Nobody had the DISC personality testing. I brought that in so we could recruit and hire. Nobody was using direct response marketing outside of real estate. Yes. Inside of real estate, no. It was all image advertising and call me and, spouses sell houses and we heart referrals. That was the marketing at the time. I brought smart, modern marketing and technology and revolutionized. 30,000 agents, folks, have been here right through the Craig Proctor system. I hope that this is maybe what you're looking for here today. You should check us out. You should book a call at proctorcall.com. At a minimum, like this page, turn on the notifications, and join my private Facebook group at Rich Agent Secrets. Hope you've enjoyed our session here today. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you next time. Take care.